Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Billionaire Academy podcast. Today, we're going to keep the ball rolling as we proceed with the Cash Concepts Podbite series we started in episode 1. We dove deep into implementable ways to get rid of your fears and limiting beliefs in order to move forward and create an elevated mindset. We saw that reality is what you make it, and touched on how to rectify money mistakes and how to grow from those mistakes. And if you haven't listened to it yet, be sure to go back and revisit it. On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing interesting methodologies and tips you can use to rewire your brain. And why would you want to do that, you might ask? This is one way you can start acquiring the life you want. Everything starts with you. Welcome, everyone, to the Billionaire Academy podcast. I'm your host, Billy C. Heir, gracing you with profound insights that may rattle your perceptions of entrepreneurship, finances, and business. I'll be sharing my unique thoughts and peerless perspectives on a number of topics, and together we'll go on several interesting and exciting journeys that will enable us to uncover the gems in this ever-so-celebrated practice of creating value, discipline, and building futures. Stay tuned, and let's dig into today's content. It's great to have you. Time to inherit your greatness. When you want to hold a conversation, what happens? You just do it. Thought may go into what you want to say. Well, sometimes. But thoughts don't really trigger the act of speaking. Why? Because it's in your nature. You picked up the basics as a child, starting with dada and mama, but now you can speak without being coached through each word. When you practice something over and over, it slowly becomes a part of who you are and done without a lot of effort. The ability to speak may be near impossible for us to unlearn, but other habits and beliefs are certainly disposable. Just as those things were learned and made a part of you, they can surely be reprogrammed. The brain is a very malleable organ, so with that knowledge, it's easy to understand that you can rid yourself of limiting beliefs rather than constantly entertaining them. This is the premise of today's episode, realizing that you actually have the ability to train your subconscious mind and adopt the positive side of things. Sounds interesting, right? Let me show you how. First, you must understand how your brain actually works. It's almost magical, really, and sometimes it can feel like unexplainable things are happening all around you. Things such as meeting someone for the first time, let's say on a school campus, right? Then, for some unexplainable reason, you always see them around, and it feels like they're everywhere you go. Or when you get excited about a new car you've researched and want to purchase, and it's almost as if the universe is rubbing it in your face, because you see that car everywhere you look. Well, it's actually scientifically explainable. These things happen as a result of a brain function called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. It's a bundle of nerves that sit at the bottom of our brainstem and at the top of our spine that literally acts as a filter for all the information we receive on a daily basis. It takes note of all the information we see daily, and it's aware of the things that connect with us emotionally. It figures out what's really important to us and relays that information again and again into our conscious mind. The brain comes in contact with almost 34 gigs of data every day. That's a whole lot. Since we're constantly taking in so much, we actually need to be able to sort them in order to fully process. Try to point out the next time you find yourself thinking or seeing the same thing over and over, then narrow that down to why or when it became relevant enough to program into your mind. This will start to help you understand that when you think you cannot do something, along with all the excuses of why you can't, you'll begin to see a million reasons that continue to support that notion. For any type of negative beliefs that you believe to be true, the RAS sees that as important, so it will filter out new opportunities, jobs, or clients that could change that narrative. Knowing you've got this loyal and efficient tool at your disposal, what should you do with it? My only guess would be to use it to your advantage, to curate the narrative that fits the reality you truly crave. Science makes us understand that thoughts and belief systems move through what is called neural pathways in the brain. Think of these pathways as wiring and plugs to make the brain function with those beliefs and thoughts. Having the ability to edit and rewire your belief systems to make new pathways will assist in breaking old habits of negative beliefs. Changing or generating new neural pathways for your beliefs will not only rid the limiting ones, but also aid in removing certain beliefs about money. The majority of us look at money as more than just a tool. You and I can agree that the thoughts processed by most people has something to do with money, whether it's needing to pay a bill, wanting to save it, or just wanting more of it. So if that's the case, why not give your RAS something new and positive to think about? Continuously reinforcing the new beliefs about money in your brain is how you create new neural pathways. It's just like a child learning to walk, falling over and over again until their brain gets used to the right motion and walking becomes second nature. But just like the child learning to walk, don't forget to respect the necessity of time in any process. A great exercise you can implement is to write down all the negative thoughts that surface throughout your day. At the end of that day, write down how you can change or fix the specific negative thought. For example, if you want to start a business but harbor the negative thought of, "I'll probably fail at selling products," be sure to write down the positive to that negative, such as, "I enjoy challenging myself and definitely believe in myself." You can then see side by side what you're thinking and the type of thought you should be creating to slowly rid yourself of limiting beliefs. Being able to refer back to this list when that negative voice pops up again will definitely help to reinforce the positive thoughts. Next, find or create a list of affirmations that align with the things you want to create in your world. Read these affirmations every day out loud or write them somewhere you can visually see them. I would like you to remember, though, that affirmations alone are like putting rice into a pot without heat. It'll yield nothing but what you started with. In this case, desire with no action or intent may produce much of nothing. Pay attention to the feeling you put into reciting these affirmations, as well as being aware enough to catch any negative thoughts that may creep into your mind. This will help you revert immediately and not dwell on it. When you start the journey of creating new beliefs, take the time to also review your daily habits to decide if they help or hinder your progress. Try listening to a recording of yourself reciting your affirmations and listen to it daily in lieu of your favorite Doja Cat or Lil Baby playlist, if that's what it takes to stay the course through each day. It is at this point where most people fall off the wagon because consistency and discipline are where the brave shine. You have to be willing to see it through. Now that you have these empowered, positive beliefs, you want to give the empowering belief more momentum. Make the beliefs stronger and learn to believe with your whole heart that they are true and act accordingly. I must emphasize the action. Don't forget the rice analogy. Always execute. Apply the heat. Remember how the RAS works? Start understanding how your thoughts create abundance, and you'll start seeing evidence of abundance all around you. This is where a gratitude journal comes in. Use this to write down and help emphasize those abundance markers so you can flip back to remember all the good things in your life. I also suggest that you dig deep and be specific about it, because if nothing else, you're alive and cognitive. That's a blessing. So look around and take note of the simple things. You should also keep record and track your money if you're not. Being grateful and noticing money you earn is a necessary exercise. Have you ever taken the time to really look at your bank account and track just how much money comes in? Or do you tend to focus only on what goes out when you pay your bills? More importantly, do you feel sad or anxious when you have to spend money on a bill? If the answer is yes, then you just may have an unhealthy attachment to money. Try to focus more on what you earn and spend to understand your finances, not to realize what you don't have. Creating a digital vision board that represents what you want to achieve financially or in business can also be a great way to start visualizing what you want in life. There are tons of digital tools and books that can help with this. I'll include one or two in the description of the episode. You can also get your creative juices flowing by creating a physical vision board with magazine photos or printed images of what you want to achieve. Vision boards can be centered around a specific theme, such as finances, or you can place all of your life goals on this one board. The choice is yours, but make sure you put the completed vision board somewhere you'll see it every day, like your bedroom wall, computer, or phone wallpaper. You can even turn it into artwork to be displayed in your office. Keep your thoughts on that frequency. Visualize and take actions that perpetuate your vision. Sooner than later, you'll have so much to show for it. Don't forget that not every empowering thought will feel real right away. Like I pointed out earlier, give it time. The last thing you should do to help end bad habits and implement the positive ones is to build a routine around these new ideas. Everybody is given 24 hours, and have you ever wondered how some folks just seem to be able to do so much within a day? Schedules, that's how. Structuring your day in a way that gives you time to handle all the things you want. You can split it into a morning and evening routine. Think of it as a time of reflection and self-care. Visualize and check that your actions have been aligned with your goals. When you do these things over and over again to make them habitual, you'll notice that they grow on you and become second nature. And with more action, they become your only nature. By doing so, you would have rewired your brain and formed new neural pathways that facilitate your RAS to bring to your conscious mind everything you desire and deserve. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I appreciate you, and I hope you've been able to pick out actionable knowledge that excitedly makes your life richer. I'm going to be gracing you with more pod bites to unpack more gems, so please keep listening. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss a thing. Also, don't forget to share in the comments what monetary or life goals you plan on adding to your vision board. If you're interested in a free ebook to help along your journey, go ahead and check out the Billionaire website and subscribe to our email list. The title of the game is Progress, not Perfection, and the Billionaire Academy podcast is here to travel with you on your journey to help make it more fulfilling. Time to inherit your greatness. Till next time.